This is everything you need to know about Call of Duty's new game mode, DMZ, starting from day one. Let's talk about it. So before I just start the tour, we are going to talk about in this video everything you need to know from day one, and I'm going to explain it to you like you've never played it before, even if you have played it before. Now, with that being said, I'm going to cover things like how to get the M13, what's the best way to fight the boss to get the weapons case, what comes in the weapons case, how to defeat strongholds. We're gonna break down DMZ and get in depth with it on other videos. So if you end up liking this video, make sure you like and subscribe, do all those things, but mainly subscribe. That way you guys don't miss out on the videos that I post coming up all about DMZ mode and tips and tricks for you guys to do better, make more money, and extract more often. So first things first, what is DMZ? DMZ is an extraction-based looter shooter that has come into the Call of Duty franchise. It's going to be similar to games like Escape from Tarkov, Hunt Showdown, the Cycle Frontier, the Division in even some ways. And as I begin to play this game and really put some time into it, I can definitely see different aspects and different things they may have got inspiration from to create DMZ. Now, they have dropped DMZ as a beta because they want feedback and they want to make changes to the game to make it the best thing possible. They're putting a lot of resources. They have a lot of faith from it. We have word from people who went to the creator event from them specifically that they are not trying to clone or replace another game, but they want to create an authentic experience in the Call of Duty world and tap into the extraction BR, extraction looter shooter, whatever you want to call it, but the extraction mode meta. And they think that they can provide a dope perspective for their audience and also for new players. So that is essentially what DMZ mode is. A lot of people say it reminds them of different things, but it also depends on how you play it because there's so many ways you can play it. You can engage in PvP. You can completely avoid PvP. You can do contracts and make a lot of money and get a lot of XP. You can level up weapons. I mean, you can do so many different things in this game mode. There's proximity chat. You can team up with other people you meet for the first time. I mean, there is so many different things to do. So it really depends on how you are and how you want to play it. And that's what I think is probably the dopest thing about this mode. I am a long time Escape from Tarkov player. Personally, don't think it's like Escape from Tarkov that much at all. There are definitely some similarities, but the overall vibe is different. But that is not a bad thing. I actually really like it. And I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I was going to. And I already thought that I was going to really enjoy it. So this is one of the first things that you're going to look at. This is the loadout screen / stash screen. Now, if you're not familiar with stashes, there is not too much depth to this. I don't know if they're going to make like a future flea market and have like players selling to players, and they're going to make it so you can actually keep a lot of the stuff. How this is going to work is this is what is on your person when you extract, and this is what you start with, right? The reason why this is important to realize what these items are is because these are the items that you keep with you when you extract. So if you loot a self-revive, if you loot a kill streak, if you loot a gas mask, and then plus whatever type of plate carrier you're running, you get to bring with you on the next raid. And the reason why this is huge is because sometimes you want to run a quick raid to gear up and get your stuff in your stash and then go into the next raid beefed up when everyone else is sitting at tier 1. For the armor carriers, you have the armor carrier 1, 2, and 3, and respectively, they have the exact same amount of plates as the level they are, and they are different colors. So you have the tier 2 has 2 plates, the tier 3 has 3 plates, so forth. Then you have the gas mask, you have different types of kill streaks, you have your self-revive. There's also a revive pistol that you can loot, which you can use to shoot yourself and get a self-revive off, or you can shoot long distance because it shoots, and you can revive a friend who is downed in an area that maybe you can't get to him, and you have multiple chances to do this. So if you miss, it's not the end of the world. You shoot again, you can shoot multiple. So it's pretty strong. Good thing to loot. Backpack is where you're going to be holding. So what the backpack is right here is actually your key stash as well. So if you click on a key, it shows the different keys that you can get. This is 20 that you can hold on you. Now, these keys are different than key cards, okay? These keys go to specific locations, and you can see what locations they go to because it'll say usually the name will be inside of this, so like control tower, and then you'll go onto the map and you'll look for the control tower, construction warehouse, and I'm going to show you guys this stuff in game, so don't worry, I'll explain it more. But like police academy, it's at the police academy, and then this is the private locker room. So how it works is most of the buildings have multiple rooms that are locked, so basically you're going to find the building and then you look for the door that is like essentially marked for this key. See, I have a police locker right here. So you're going to go to the police academy, and then you're going to go to the police locker. And then, so you have two different ones here. These are the durabilities. So technically you have three. You can loot these, worn, essentially like this one, it says worn. It only has one use, and this one has two uses. And then you can loot them brand new, which has the three uses. Take these from raid and you bring them to your stash. Now, to put them in your stash, this was kind of confusing at first because you couldn't click it, you couldn't right click it, you couldn't do anything. It was just sitting there. And so you felt the need to bring it into the next raid. You need to understand that you can lose these. So if you extract with this, you take it into a raid and you and your buddies don't make it to that building and you lose it or you die, you lose the key. You have to loot it again, you have to find one, or you can actually buy one. Each of the buy stations has one of these keys, usually a rarer one, and you usually buy them for about $30,000. They're pretty expensive. It's not something that you want to lose. What you would do is basically go with a game plan. Hey, we're going to go to the police academy. We have the main police academy key. Let's everyone bring your police academy keys and we will loot that and we'll extract. That's what would probably be the best option. The cool thing is when you engage in PvP and you kill players, you can actually get these keys from them as well. So that's dope. So the way to get it from your backpack after you extract is just to press R over it, and it actually puts it in your stash. It sounds easy, but I guarantee there's many of you that are watching this video that had no idea how to do it, because me and pretty much everyone in my chat had no idea at first how to get your key from the extraction, and we just kept going in with them because I'm like, dude, well, I don't want to lose it, I don't want to destroy it, and I don't know how to get into my stash. So that's how you do it. Small backpack, there's a medium backpack and a large backpack. The bigger backpacks allow you to have another firearm in the backpack as well as more items. So it's really cool. The way that this game works is if you have a better armor carrier or if you have a better backpack, that is what you'll equip and that is what you will be using. You can't store backpacks, you can't store plate carriers. So unfortunately, maybe they'll add that in the future. You can't cycle through a bunch of different ones. This is what you end up starting with, and if you loot something better, that's what you'll go in with next. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick a gun. Now, the way that the Insured slot works is this is the gun that you have created custom, something that you have leveled in multiplayer, and it's custom. You put your own camo, all of that. You only get one of these every 2 hours. The way that you get that timer down is to extract with money and make XP. And then that will take time off that 2-hour time slot for you to run another Insured weapon, meaning you have to stick with these Contraband weapons. Now, they look kind of janky and bad because, first of all, they're called Contraband and they're a red sticker. So this says right here, gunsmith unavailable for Contraband, weapon permanently lost if left in DMZ. These are the weapons. Everything that you loot from the DMZ becomes Contraband. So if you kill a guard, if you kill a boss, if you kill a player that goes in with an Insured weapon that they brought, like I would bring this, it comes back as Contraband. It goes into the stash. There's 20 slots, so you can have 20 guns near. It's pretty nice. You can have a different variety. We have a marksman rifle, we have an LMG, we have an SMG. Depending on what you like to use, that's what you're gonna loot. You can also buy these guns from the buy stations. So they're very easy to get. Don't get nervous and scared going in and losing your gun because you can get these from almost everyone you kill. Now, if you kill one of the AI in the beginning, that's really easy. You're probably gonna get one of these guns, and it has, you can see it has no attachments on it. It's like just a stock weapon. You get the ammo for it, which is nice, but it's stock. As you continue to get these, this one has 2 attachments, then you have some with 5 attachments. So there's these orange boxes and black boxes that will essentially give you better weapons. You can get them from safes. You can get them from killing bosses. You can get them from killing the strong AI at strongholds. You can get them from strongholds. So there's other ways to get better weapons, and that's how you get the high tier loot that come with attachments, that come better equipped, and so forth. So this is your Contraband. This is what you'll be using. Now, if you're completely out of them, you will have to go in with nothing, or you have to wait for your Insured slot to come back. But like I said, it's pretty easy to either find a weapon or to kill a a beginning guard for a weapon. They don't have armor on usually. They don't shoot at you crazy. It's very, very low level. Whereas the bosses and like the strongholds are like veteran level if you guys have played campaign. The rest of our gear, you can take in a second gun if you like. I don't recommend it unless you are going for a specific mission and you have played for a while. In that case, maybe take like a sniper rifle and then maybe take like an SMG as your secondary, or like maybe your Insured slot is your slot number 1 for primary, and then your secondary is a Contraband SMG or something like that. Tactical, you get to choose whatever you want every single raid. Don't worry about losing these. You have an infinite number of them. There's no like timer reset. There's no times where you can't come grab this. You die again, same thing with lethal. Choose whatever you want. Field upgrade, exactly the same thing. Choose whatever you want. Ammo box is something that I would recommend, just to say this. I'll talk about it more in another video. But I've used most of these, and ammo box comes in clutch, especially in the beginning when you don't have money and you need one right away because you don't know where you're going to spawn. You don't know if you're going to PvP right away. Ammo box is really strong. That's all I'm going to say. So that is pretty much this area. After you do that, you're going to go to deploy. This is the faction missions that I want to talk about real quick first. Now in the faction missions, these are the prizes you get over every single one. They're fairly simple once you start doing it. Just kind of like really try to follow instructions. This one is acquire $60,000 in cash, complete 1 secure radioactive material contract. Now, when it says contract, that's literally what they're called. So it's not like you have to figure out what is what. It'll say radioactive material contract, right? And so you're just going to complete these. This is Legion. This is what everyone starts as, the starting faction that is like non-affiliated essentially. And then as you complete this and get to the Stronghold quest, you finish a Stronghold quest, you get this thing called White Lotus Intel. Once you get the White Lotus Intel, you unlock the factions. The factions we have are White Lotus and Black Mao. White Lotus is better stuff. They're giving you better rewards. They're a little bit harder to do. And you have different tiers. I believe it goes all the way up to tier 3, and you start knocking these out. After you do those, like for instance, you get blueprints in here, you get double XP tokens, you get calling cards, you get emblems, you get regular XP, look at 10,000 XP, you get contraband weapons, you get some really sick stuff. You get keys, rare keys. So it's definitely worth doing these, even if you're not trying to do quests, right? If you're just trying to like PvP and stuff, because of the stuff that you get, some of the blueprints and so forth. And then after that, you finally unlock Black Mao. And then after that, you can start knocking out these. They'll always be on here. You can only choose 3. It's very easy to decide what you want. You can deselect and then select. So after I would like deselect this one, I can go and select, well, that one's locked. I've done most of them, so it's kind of hard for me to show you, but basically you just hover over one of these and you can select that instead. You can also show previous missions down here. And then that's how the whole missions things work. You can see this all the time in raid, so don't worry about trying to memorize it or screenshotting it. And then after that, your squad, you can choose if you want a squad fill, unless you're with a squad. Solo is pretty difficult. Just be warned, you might die quite a bit. Duo is kind of like a sweet spot. Trio, you're smashing. If everybody understands the goal at hand, you guys have a game plan, and you guys are all pretty decent at the game, you're gonna wreck in trios until you come across a better trio. You're gonna deploy, it's gonna make you confirm everything. So you're gonna go like this, you can edit missions here if you would like, and then you're gonna confirm, it's gonna give you a loadout preview, and then you're gonna confirm again, and then you're pretty much ready to go, and you can match make. And then this is also where your buddies join, and people can be ready and not ready, and then you go into the mission. Okay, so going over the map, everything pretty much is on here for you to find by just hovering over it as you zoom in. And see, this is a stronghold. You can ping it. These are some of the vehicles. They're all over the map as well. Now, the vehicles do go by gas, just so you guys know. They can be out of gas. They could be jacked up. At these gas stations, you can go here and repair your vehicles while getting gas at the same time. You just have to park it next to the pump, and you have to be in the vehicle. So if you're in a squad, just one of you sit in there. The other guys get the guys at the gas station. Now, the goal right now, when you first get in here, right? This is day 1. This is your very first raid. We want to make some money, and we want to extract. We don't want to get greedy. We don't need to go to a stronghold right this second. We don't need to do some of this other stuff. The ways that you make money is we're going to loot around, and you're going to sell at these carts, these buy stations. That's where you sell stuff at. So what I like to do is, we're over here right now. I like to look, where's my buy stations at? I have one right here, I have one right here, and I have one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here somewhere. This is a stronghold though, so maybe not over here. Actually, they're all by strongholds, so it is what it is. Just be careful. We're gonna loot in all these small buildings. These tiny ones right here, we're gonna loot these, and we're gonna keep going back to these buy stations and selling stuff. That's one way to make money, okay? Some high value items, some low value items, and many items can stack. So if you get like electrical tape, it's only $40. Well, when you stack 5 of them, you have more money, right? So you can do it that way. The other thing that's on here, strongholds are what we talked about earlier. They look like this. And this is the legend, by the way, it's showing you what things look like. So the stronghold is where you get the high tier loot, the heavy bosses. I'm letting you know, do not take these lightly. Make sure you have plates. Make sure maybe you have a teammate. These are rough and they will work you. Now, the other things on the map we have are, this is the weapon case. You can get up to 7 of these if you extract with this. Just so you know, everyone on the map knows you're trying to leave with it. So you will get ambushed. You'll probably encounter PvP in this area. There's a boss, the Juggernaut. You have to kill the Juggernaut to get the weapon case. You get the weapon case, you extract with it. You get like calling cards, emblems, I think a blueprint, and some other stuff. Some really cool stuff, high value stuff. But also if you guys like PvP, this is the area that you're going to want to go and get that. Then you have over here, this is where you get the M13B. That's, to my knowledge, this is the only way you get that new weapon that came with this season. And this is in this area. Now, this area is all radiated, so you need a gas mask. I'm going to break down a video on tips on how to get the M13 easy, how to kill the chemist, which is the boss in here, who's pretty tanky. If you guys have played the Division, the bosses in here remind me of the Division. They're very spongy. So you can go in here, also high PvP. People push this. People want the gun as well. Once you kill him and get the gun, that's it. You have to extract, come back and do it again if somebody already has done it. So you can't just like farm him. Once he's dead, he's dead. So sometimes it happens early in the map. There's another time where we came at 4 minutes left and he was still there. So it really just depends on the match, but a lot of times these 2 areas will give you PvP. And then this is just the rest of the map. The locations are right here in the middle, and then it'll tell you like where things are. So like if you have a US Embassy key, US Embassy is right here. If you have a police station key, it'll say police station right here. And so you just go to these different little symbols, the Rohan oil tunnels, you can get rare stuff over here, weapons. And so the key will actually have that symbol on the key. If you guys seen back where I was showing you guys the keys, you'll see like this little symbol on the key showing you like this is where you go. You'll see some of these other symbols as well, shopping center. So that is pretty much how the map works. So when you're trying to make money with the contracts, which is another way to make money, you can see that they're different ones. So if you have a quest for one, we have rescue hostage, we have raid weapon stash, we have secure nuclear material. We read that one. Over here, we have a hunt squad. Over here, we have ship cargo. There's so many different ones. Eliminate HVT, high value target. And so you can do these, you can get cash, and then some of these will actually give you clues or pings for other things in the map. Like some of them will allow you to find safes, some of them will allow you to find supply caches, some of them will allow you to find radioactive caches like stashes in the ground. So doing those not only gives you immediate money for your squad and you, but it also gives you clues to find more money and get more items after the quest. Another way that you can make money is you can PvP. You can look for people in some of these high areas, or if you hear some shots, move towards them, and you can get the money from them. So there's definitely multiple ways that you can make money. And then you have crazy items like this. That's $2,500. Grab that. These are all really good items right here. The other thing that we want to look at right when we get in here is we want to make a game plan close to the extracts. The extracts, we always have 3. Once the radiation starts moving throughout this entire map, if an extract is taken over by it, if you call the helicopter to extract you and radiation goes before the helicopter gets there, it will leave. It won't come pick you up. It'll say, this area is radiated. We can't come get you. So make sure right here, 1, 2, 3, you know where these are. You have a game plan to get there before the timer drops and the radiation starts spreading. The masks are really good to get, and they last a long time. The radiation is not like in Warzone or other BRs. It does not kill you fast. It kills you slow. These are the ones that you can get rare stuff in. Look at this. Large backpack and 3 plate armor vests. You can loot things like this self-revive. Very, very nice, especially if you're playing solo. So we have a buy station right here. This is what they look like on the map, shopping cart, right? And you go in here, you sell your stuff that you have, whatever it is. And then you can buy gear, armor plates, stronghold key card, rare key, 30,000, UAVs, vehicles with turrets, large backpack. You can get a 3-plate armor vest. So you can buy this stuff, but it's just really, really expensive. So these are things that you can get. And then you have buy contraband. These are weapons that you can buy as your secondary. You extract with them and then you put it in your contraband stash and then you have it for later. So you have some good choices. These are pretty cheap for what you're getting. And then as you can see, the prices go up and you get more attachments, more kitted, better weapons. And that's pretty much how this works. So you can either buy stuff. So the other thing to note is that each buy station is different. So just because this buy station is this one, if we go on the map, right? This buy station is going to be different. This buy station is going to be different. This buy station is going to be different, and so forth. And then after all that is said and done, you are going to look on the map to your closest exfil. You're going to go to the exfil. All you have to do is trigger it. A helicopter comes. It takes about 30 seconds before it leaves the ground. So it does take a little bit of time. You're going to get onto the helicopter and you're going to extract. That's going to wrap it up for everything that you guys need to know on day 1 of playing DMZ. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button. It does go a long way for the channel. And if you guys want to see more DMZ content like this, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. You could always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. I would love to catch you guys by the stream sometime. We start usually around 6 p.m. PST. More info is always in the Discord if it changes. But we have been playing a lot and will continue to play a lot of DMZ and Warzone. Usually we have a good time. And I know when you're there, it'll be better. I hope you guys are very blessed. Hope you have an amazing day or night, depending on where you're at in the world. And before you guys go, there's more videos for you. Check them out over there. I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, happy shooting.